Yeah, that's nice. What's up, everybody? It's REV, and we are sitting here under my 66 C10, staring at a very ugly fuel cell. It's been hit with overspray from the paint job, and all in all, hanging between the wheels and the rear of the vehicle, it manages to catch a lot of debris and crap flying around the roads. So today, my solution: it's time to clean it up and paint it. We're going to give it some new life, and it's going to look a lot better from the rear of the truck when you're sitting behind me in traffic. We need to mask the rails and the feed line so we can begin to paint the straps and the body of the tank. First things first is to get out some cardboard and begin cutting shapes that we can tape up and mask off the frame rails, pump, and feed line on the truck. With all of our pieces cut out, we can grab some blue masking tape and go ahead and start to mask off the rails and everything else on the truck. Cardboard protecting the rails and the pump area, it's time to mask off the feed line. I grabbed some extra plastic laying around in the garage, cut it, and began to wrap it around the feed line, taping it as we go to protect the entire length of the braided line. With everything securely masked, break out a can of brake cleaner and a rag to remove any road grime that is sitting on the tank, as well as to break up any old overspray or anything else that's stuck to the tank. With a clean surface, I need to get my materials together. I'll be using a Duplicolor primer sealer in gray and a Duplicolor metal cast paint, which is a metallic base coat, very thin, resembling silver. The first thing I need to do is lay a base layer of primer sealer to get everything to stick to. Go slowly, add a second and a third coat if you need it for follow-up to build an even, opaque base for the metal cast to stick to. This is very important as the metal cast is a thin paint and will show through some of the work you do on the primer sealer. After about 30 minutes of allowing the primer to cure, you can come back with the metal cast and lay down the first base coat. Start lightly and work up to approximately 3 or 4 medium wet to wet coats. The paint is a fairly thin metallic, basically just metallic flakes suspended in clear coat, so watch out for runs and sags, and it will take a few coats to build up the depth. Give the paint a sufficient amount of time to dry, then you can come back and remask the straps in order to paint those. I'm using a color line paint from Napa, mainly because this is the same satin black I've used throughout my project, and I'm familiar with the kind of results it'll give you. Again, I'm doing 3 medium to medium wet coats, allowing approximately 5 to 15 minutes flash time between each coat. With the last top coat tacked dry, I can take off the strap masking, only leaving the masking on the feed line and the fuel pump intact. The last step in top coating is clear coat. Again, I'm using a Duplicolor clear, and I'm aiming for 3 medium to medium wet coats. Allow your newly painted tank to dry for 24 to 48 hours before handling. When you return, you can begin to slowly peel off the tape and cardboard areas that we used for masking. Be sure not to pull up too abruptly or at a sharp angle to dislodge any of the paint or damage any of the edges between where you masked off and the surface that you painted. And that's really it. All that's left to do is stand back and enjoy your work. Thanks for watching, everybody. Check out the rest of my videos on REV.